Alright, imagine this. The shelves are bare, the grid is down, and your stomach's rumbling louder than a grizzly in mating season. It's a survival situation, and we need to find grub, fast. We're not talking about your local supermarket run here. This is about tapping into the wild, embracing the elements, and using our instincts to find sustenance when the going gets tough. Forget fancy kitchens and five-star restaurants, nature is our pantry now. Over these next few chapters, I'm going to share 25 essential hacks to keep you and your loved ones fed when the unexpected hits. We'll be foraging, fishing, hunting, and even growing our own food, all using the resources Mother Nature provides, so buckle up, stay sharp, and get ready to learn the art of survival foraging. Right then, when those hunger pangs hit, your local park transforms from a picnic spot to a veritable buffet. Remember, knowledge is your greatest tool. Before you go munching on any random berry or leaf, you need to know what's what. Look for familiar edibles like dandelion greens, which are packed with vitamins, or wild berries like blackberries and raspberries, but remember, not everything green is good to eat. Some plants can be toxic, so proper identification is crucial. Use a field guide, consult online resources, or ask experienced foragers in your area. When foraging, always harvest responsibly. Take only what you need and leave plenty for wildlife and for the plant to regenerate. And never eat anything unless you're 100% certain it's safe for consumption. Remember, a little caution goes a long way in the wild. Water is a lifeline in more ways than one. It quenches your thirst and teems with edible creatures. Fishing is simpler than you think. You'll need a basic rod and reel. Even a makeshift line can work. Worms or insects can lure fish. Find a spot, cast your line, and wait. Reel in steadily when you feel a bite. Stick to common fish like trout or bass. Always clean and cook your catch thoroughly. Alright, so the supermarket shelves are looking bare, eh? Time to tap into those primal instincts and track down some protein. We're talking about small game rabbits, squirrels, maybe even some pheasant. Remember, this isn't just a walk in the park, it's about survival. Study up on the local wildlife, their habitats, and their habits. A good pair of binoculars can be your best friend. Stealth is key. Move slowly, quietly, and blend in with your surroundings. Camouflage clothing can make all the difference. Patience is paramount. Trust your instincts, stay focused, and with a bit of luck, you'll bring home some wild grub. Supermarkets may be out of stock, but there's a primal satisfaction in nurturing your own food supply. Nothing tastes better than something you've grown yourself. Even in a concrete jungle, you can create your own little Eden. A window box, a rooftop, even an old tire can be transformed into a mini farm. Choose the right crops. Start with fast-growing vegetables like lettuce, spinach, radishes, and beans. These are your survival staples. Get good quality soil, compost if you can find it. Find a spot with at least 6 hours of sunlight. Water regularly, but don't drown them. Keep an eye out for pests. Slugs, snails, aphids. They're all after your hard work. A bit of soapy water can work wonders. Or try planting companion plants like marigolds. Gardening is a journey, not a race. Connect with nature, learn from your mistakes, and reap the rewards of your labor. That first bite of homegrown goodness will be worth every ounce of effort. Out in the wild, survival often depends on teamwork. Community gardens are like oases in the urban jungle, bringing people together around the shared goal of growing fresh, healthy food. They're about sharing knowledge, resources, and a passion for sustainable living. You'll meet experienced gardeners who can teach you the ropes and offer a helping hand. Seek out a community garden in your area. You'll be amazed by the sense of community and the abundance of fresh, healthy food. Remember, in the wild, as in life, we're stronger together. Right, we're in a tough spot. Supermarkets are bare, but remember, we're survivors. We adapt, improvise, and overcome. One of the best resources in a pinch? Your neighbors. Remember that pack of yeast you lent Mrs. Miggins? The jumpstart you gave Mr. Johnson's car? Now's the time to call in those favors. People are more willing to help than you think, especially when they know their neighbor has their back. Think about what you can offer in return. Got a green thumb? Extra eggs from your chickens? Those are valuable commodities when food's scarce. Remember, bartering is about mutual benefit. You scratch their back, they scratch yours. We're all in this together, folks. Survival is a community effort. Forget those supermarket aisles nature provides. We're going foraging, folks. Mother Nature's larder is always open, stocked with edible plants just waiting to be discovered. Safety first. Not everything that looks tasty actually is. Be certain before you eat. Dandelions, clover, and plantain are safe bets. Get a good field guide and forage responsibly. Stuck in the concrete jungle with empty supermarkets? Think again. We're going urban foraging. Nature finds a way, even in the city. Parks and neglected patches are gold mines. Herbs and greens pop up everywhere. Be cautious of pollution and pesticides. Avoid busy roads. Positive identification is crucial. Use a field guide, learn from experts. Never eat anything unless certain. Urban foraging takes time, patience, and respect. Alright, we're venturing into survival mode now. Sometimes when the going gets tough, you gotta dig deep, and I mean really deep. We're talking dumpster diving. Now I know what you're thinking, but listen up. When the cupboards are bare, a man's gotta eat. You'd be surprised what people throw away, perfectly good food still sealed in everything. Supermarkets often chuck out stuff that's nearing its sell-by date, but trust me, it's often still good to go. Safety first though, always. We're talking gloves, long sleeves, and a good wash down afterwards. And remember, use your senses. If something looks off or smells bad, steer clear. Dumpster diving isn't glamorous, but it's about resourcefulness, adapting to survive. Remember, out here it's man versus waste, and we never back down from a challenge. Let's get scavenging. Right. If dumpster diving isn't your cup of tea, there are other ways to scavenge for sustenance. Let's talk about farmers markets, a real goldmine for the resourceful survivor. These bustling hubs of local produce are a treasure trove of fresh, often organic fruits, vegetables, and other goodies. The key here is to embrace the barter system. Remember that time I traded a worn-out boot for a handful of grubs? Same principle applies here. Offer up your skills or any spare supplies you might have in exchange for some essential calories. A bit of hard work can go a long way in securing a decent meal. Plus, you're supporting local farmers, which is never a bad thing. Remember, out here, it's not just about surviving, it's about thriving. And what better way to thrive than by tapping into the bounty of your local community? Now, if you're looking for a longer-term solution to the food shortage, it's time to explore the concept of food co-ops. Think of it as a team effort in the wild. A group of like-minded individuals banding together to secure essential supplies. Food co-ops are all about pooling resources, buying in bulk, and often directly from producers. This means fresher food at lower prices. It's a win-win situation, really. You're not just getting your hands on vital sustenance, you're becoming part of a community. And trust me, in a survival situation, community is key. Remember, two heads are always better than one, especially when those heads are working together to find food. So, seek out your local food co-op. It might take a bit of effort, but the rewards, both in terms of food security and community spirit, are well worth it. Remember, survival is a team sport. Alright, you survivors, imagine this. Fresh eggs every morning, laid by your own feathered friends right in your backyard. That's right, we're talking about raising chickens. These tough birds are nature's little protein factories. And believe me, they can be a real game changer when the going gets tough. We're not talking fancy breeds here, just good old-fashioned chickens that know how to scratch for bugs and thrive. Now, raising chickens isn't rocket science, but it does require some grit and determination. You'll need a secure coop to keep them safe from predators, a nesting box for those precious eggs, and a bit of space for them to roam and forage. But the rewards, my friends, are well worth it. Fresh eggs, the potential for meat if you need it, and let's not forget the natural fertilizer they produce. Chickens are the ultimate survival companions. We've tackled foraging, fishing, and even raising chickens. But the wild is full of surprises, and sometimes you need a protein source that's a bit more, well, compact. That's where rabbits come in. These furry little creatures might seem cuddly, but trust me, they're survivors. They breed quickly, require minimal space, and their meat is a lean, mean protein machine. We're talking survival food at its finest. Now, raising rabbits does require a bit of know-how. You'll need a secure hutch to protect them from predators, a constant supply of fresh water, and of course a steady diet of hay, pellets, and the occasional leafy green. But the beauty of rabbits is their efficiency. They convert food to meat faster than almost any other livestock animal, making them a valuable asset in a survival situation. Plus, their waste can even be used as fertilizer for your garden. Talk about a win-win. We've explored the land, we've conquered the backyard, but now it's time to dive into a whole new world of sustainable food production aquaponics. This ingenious system combines fish farming with hydroponics, creating a closed-loop ecosystem that mimics nature's brilliance. Fresh fish and vegetables grown sustainably and efficiently right in your own home or backyard. Welcome to the future of food. Hydroponics, it's about survival, not gadgets. Growing plants without soil, using nutrient-rich water, a lifeline for your greens. Picture a network of pipes, plants thriving. Build these systems indoors, even in tight spaces. Resourcefulness is key. Control the light, nutrients, everything. Fast-track your plant's growth. No weeds, pests, or unpredictable weather. It's you and your ingenuity. It may sound complicated, but with grit, anyone can master it. Adapt, evolve, and thrive. That's the spirit of survival. We're venturing into the heart of survival now, tapping into the life force of nature itself. Seeds. These tiny packages hold incredible potential, and sprouting them is like unlocking a hidden energy source. When a seed sprouts, it explodes with nutrients, vitamins, and minerals, vital fuel for the human body. All you need is water, a jar, and a bit of patience. Soak your seeds overnight, rinse them twice a day, and watch as life bursts forth. It's a simple process, but the rewards are immense. We're talking long-term strategy now, preparing for the unexpected. Canning and preserving are about taking control of your food supply, using simple methods like heat and airtight containers to lock in freshness. It's a skill passed down through generations, a testament to human resilience. We've snagged some grub, but we need to make it last. Dehydration removes moisture, preventing bacteria. No moisture, no bacteria, longer-lasting food. Slice thin, lay on a mesh rack, and let the sun work. Dehydrated food is light, compact, and flavorful. We're talking about surviving off the land, becoming a true hunter-gatherer. Now, before you go all out thinking it's a free-for-all, remember, even in the wild, there are rules. We're talking about hunting and fishing licenses, folks. These little pieces of paper are your ticket to legally gathering food in many areas. They help manage wildlife populations and ensure sustainable practices for generations to come. Think of it like this. Would you raid your neighbor's pantry without asking? Didn't think so? Same goes for Mother Nature's bounty. Get yourself the proper licenses. It's a small price to pay for the privilege of harvesting your own food. Plus, it keeps those park rangers off your back. Trust me, you don't want to be playing cat and mouse with them in the wilderness. They know these woods better than you do. Get your licenses, stay legal, and stay fed. We're venturing into the realm of foraging, my friends. It's a skill as old as time itself. Not everything green is good to eat. Arm yourself with knowledge. Know your edible clover from poisonous hemlock, your tasty berries from toxic ones. Information is your machete. Get a good field guide. Learn the signs of edible plants. When in doubt, leave it out. Better safe than sorry. This isn't a guessing game. Respect nature and thrive. Study up and unlock edible possibilities. Today we're on the search for nature's hidden treasure, edible mushrooms. Remember, this is serious business. Some mushrooms are deadly poisonous, so you need to know what you're doing. Gently cut it at the base with a knife, leaving the root system intact. This way more mushrooms can grow back in the future. When it comes to survival, you've got to eat what you can find. Insects are packed with protein. Don't worry, you don't have to eat them raw. Roast them to kill bacteria and add crunch. Once you get past the ick factor, they're not bad. Stick to crickets, grasshoppers, and ants. They're safe to eat and full of nutrients. You might be surprised at how much you like them. We're heading to the coast today, where the ocean provides a bounty of food if you know where to look. We're talking about seaweed, folks. It's packed with nutrients and can be a lifesaver. Some types are edible, while others can make you sick. Learn to identify the safe varieties. Use a sharp knife to harvest it. Cut a few inches above the base. Ensure a sustainable harvest. Rinse it in clean water. Eat it raw, or add to soups, or dry it for later use. Alright, you're in the heart of the city. Supermarkets are bare, but don't despair. Remember, improvisation is key. You might not expect it, but even concrete jungles hide pockets of edible goodness. More and more urban farming initiatives are springing up, transforming unused spaces into thriving food sources. Look for community gardens, rooftop farms, and vertical gardens. They're often open to volunteers and might offer fresh produce in exchange for a helping hand. Remember, every city has its hidden oases. These urban farms are not just a source of food, they're a testament to human resilience and ingenuity. So keep your eyes peeled, ask around, and you never know what you might find. We live in a digital age, and believe it or not, your phone can be a lifeline when it comes to finding food. Remember those times you accidentally bought too much pasta? Well, some folks have turned that into a survival strategy. Food sharing apps are popping up everywhere, connecting people with surplus food to those in need. It's a brilliant system, really, reducing food waste and building a sense of community in times of scarcity. These apps are like a digital compass, pointing you towards potential meals and resources you might not have known existed. Download a few, explore the features, and you might just be surprised by the generosity you find. So there you have it, 25 survival hacks for when the going gets tough and the cupboards are bare. Remember, resourcefulness is about more than just knowing what to eat. It's about adapting, overcoming, and never giving up. Thanks for watching. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos. Stay prepared and stay safe.